Come on, Josh. Get with it, baby.
I'll pass. It's all you, man.
Ah, what's up?
Not a whole lot. How about you?
Dude, destroying this cupcake at the moment. That's why I'm a little hopped up on sugar right now. Oh my gosh. Okay, next time you come to Pasadena, dude, we're going to Lark. This thing is amazing. This one's like chocolate with chocolate mousse. Amazing. But yeah, let me kill that real quick. Sorry, everybody. But anyhow, I'm ready to go now. I had a long weekend. I drove up to Fresno yesterday. Left my house at 3 a.m.
That sounds
Got
like
there
a
like
blast.
6:30. Handed out some flyers for Belladonna. Probably some people who don't like me too, because I must have gotten asked at least 7 times, no joke, about that stupid duel.
So it'll happen one day.
Not under those guides. But yeah. So I drove to Fresno, handed out some flyers, tried to meet up with some people, but then I found out they got there a little late. I don't want to go wake them up, so I was like, just try to get it done. Monica Serratos, she's the woman, I'll tell you right now. She's like, give me him. I was like, awesome. So she was handing them out for me. So it was cool. Shout out to Girls on the Mat, Monica Serratos.
They won, speaking of them, they won schoolgirl, I believe, division. Team championship.
That's awesome. Shout out to them. They work hard, dude. They got all the girls coming out from different areas. And they want the little ones, too. They asked if I could bring my little one. I'm like, yeah, if you want. A little savage, but she's a little passive at first.
I was thinking about having mine go over there. I think they're doing a practice in a couple of Sundays or something. Go over there and help the little ones.
Yeah. So it's really cool.
Good for them.
They're doing good things there for sure. And Cookie was just on the Steve Harvey show.
I saw that.
So, and then she went out and won a state title this weekend. So good job to the Frank Trained out there, Girls on the Mat.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool.
Grappler Studio.
Yeah, Grappler Studio. He's a really cool guy too. I like him a lot. Super friendly, super open for the kids. So it's really cool. Even Nathan Williams made the trek up to them before. I stopped by once. And yeah, cool people. Overall, good people. But I heard some claims that Girls Greco was 25%. So I think they said no. I think I might have heard higher because they said it was equal to freestyle. So freestyle, wasn't it like 50%? The girls had 50% the number the boys had or something like that?
Yeah, real close.
So yeah, somebody had mentioned that to me, but I don't think that's true because as it's going through the numbers on track wrestling, it shows cadet boys. I guess this is early and late registration, so 92 and 46, so 138 cadet boys in the tournament. The girls are at 35, so not quite there. But
it's more like 17%-ish.
Yeah, roughly in the cadet girls division, which is kind of what I counted to. And then, did you hear? I see 25 girls enter the tournament in juniors. But did you hear something about them combining the score to name a team champion?
Yeah, but I don't know. On track wrestling, it doesn't have that combined. If it did, the same team won both. So let me look.
Yeah, because
team results.
Let's see. Let's filter through. Red Wave ran away with the tournament.
Red Wave won the whole thing, but I want to say like Delta or something.
Let's see, y'all.
Delta did well.
Cadet
Beat the Street. San Fernando won both of them.
Really? Yes, with Selma coming in second. So Beat the Street. San Fernando scored 19 points.
Red Wave won juniors.
Okay. Team Selma was second with 19 points. And Swamp Monsters with 10 points. So
yeah, for juniors, Red Wave and Swamp Monsters tied at 7 points each, and then Beat the Street San Fernando got third with 5 points. And those are the only teams that submitted rosters because there's only 3. Which I still think is a dumb idea. We shouldn't be submitting rosters. You should just sign up with your team and let's go for it.
Yeah.
Because I saw like Delta Wrestling Club. They've won like the first 3 weight classes in juniors. I think it was juniors or juniors. When I was looking through the brackets,
couldn't have been juniors because then they would have 24 points.
But they didn't register. But they didn't register.
They registered.
That's what my point is. Yeah.
How dare they?
I know.
You said in cadets?
I thought it was juniors.
Delta?
Yeah.
I'm going there, buddy.
It was the girl that head and armed Adrian Turner in the first round was one of them. So I think she's a junior.
Alyssa Rodriguez lost to Hermelinda Mendoza.
Yeah, so Hermelinda Mendoza got first. She beat Haley Ward, so she got first at.
Haley injury defaulted in 23 seconds. What could have happened there?
I don't know.
Hope she's okay. She's got Fargo coming up. She just got a fat check too from her community. It's good to see their community out there supporting.
Yeah, so Delta got first there, and at 117 they got first. Jaden Wilson. I know we're kind of skipping all over.
No, because that's really that's the order of the weights that they have. Because again, there was only 25 girls in the bracket.
So 122, it wasn't there. I saw another Delta Wrestling Club that won it.
Dude, Jaden teched Genesis Corte. That's kind of crazy. Genesis is tough. I just find it hard. Anybody techs her, but.
Hey, you got a leg lace. They can get over quick.
You can't leg lace in Greco, son. You better learn your rules.
Well,
what are you guys doing over there?
In the OC. You get a front headlock and it's over quick.
Let's see here.
Russian roll it around.
Russian roll. Little Mike Minna action. So, yeah.
So maybe it was just the first 2. But it was, we don't need to go through all the results. Pretty much, if you entered and you were a girl, you got a bear.
Pretty much you paid for a bear.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I'm looking to see how many.
It was weird. Like I was looking through they combined 138 to 144, but then 52s had like a full real bracket.
Yeah. Well, they had to. There's only what, 3 girls in the bracket?
There's only 5 girls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So.
But they just put them in a full bracket?
Yeah. So.
Don't know why you would do that.
Because a 5-man round robin would take too long.
Talking to the wrong guy on that one.
I know. I'm just saying.
Jesus criminy. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5.
So yeah, it was light. It was some light numbers. I mean, I think we're expecting that first year.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna wish they went.
So they can get a bear.
Get a bear.
No joke.
And then they combine. I guess they did combine some weights. It's just kind of weird. They combined some, but not others.
Yeah. Well, you go 164 to 179. You got
but
3 girls.
At cadets they combined 106 to 112, and you had 3, 4, 5, 6 girls.
Yeah.
It was kind of some sporadic weights and whatnot, but the kids and schoolgirls it must have been not huge numbers because they got done pretty early today.
Yeah, I imagine so, dude. With only that many wrestlers, it looked like what? Between the 2 brackets, it looked like maybe 60 total.
Yeah, and I'm a huge fan of it because of like I've said before, like I think you should commit. You want to be a cadet, you're a cadet. You want to be a junior, be a junior. Just like I think with the U23, the boys U23 team trials, you got, or girls even, you got Olivia Fisk, won the U.S. Open, won U23s, and I think she might have won UWW juniors too or something like that. Like, I mean, if you're not going to go represent on each one, on every one of those, just pick one.
Bow out. Yeah, just bow out. And like, I know you want matches or whatever, but you're just kind of taking a spot from somebody who gets that chance. But I know I said too, she gets to be a 3-time national champ. I mean, hey, why not?
Get a triple crown all in
one day, one tournament. Like bam, bam, bam. There we go.
Yeah.
Good to go.
She's in Final X, so I would assume that would be the one you're focusing on. But
yeah, I mean, I guess is she prepping for that? I guess would be the thing.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Kind of hard to get prepared for stock though. She's wrestling stock, right? Whew.
Stock or gray?
Mensa. Is she gray?
Is it stock?
No, because Precious Bell, I think, has.
Okay, so yeah, it's stock.
Yeah, you just prepare for that by just standing in front of a freight train and just like, okay, I'm gonna get my hips real low here. This Mensa stock is the woman right now. Let's see here. But yeah,
your video's off. I don't know.
Ah, terrible. Hang on a second. Is it off? I think it's off.
I don't know.
That's weird. Yeah, I could see it's not there too. What's going on with my camera here, buddy? I didn't turn it off.
It thinks you're ugly.
I know. It's like, oh, sorry. Gave out. So it tapped out. Anyhow. So that was the weekend for girls wrestling in California. Did you see Mario's video on the scramble?
Yeah. all those guys that are a bunch of knuckleheads, they're all posting these drunk videos and stuff, and he wanted to be part of the group.
It was funny though.
He posted a little drunk rant, but he didn't have the balls to talk crap on New Jersey. Only Iowa and Wisconsin and somebody else.
Those who are just starting their girls programs.
Yeah.
Hey, he should not talk trash on Wisconsin. I'll tell you that right now. No, you better shut your mouth, son, or take the swamp to Wisconsin and go learn a lesson.
Mm-hmm. But
I mean, I could think of 3 girls right now that I'd be very afraid of running into. It's very likely he'll run into them too at some point.
Yeah.
Macy Kilty is not one to be toyed with. Jaden Laurent. Yeah, they got some hammers out there.
Dude, your camera sucks today.
I don't know what the deal is. I didn't do anything different. I don't know why it's being finicky.
Have you heard or seen the proposal that I'm assuming is going to affect girls too? But they're just talking about the boys' side right now. NHCSA is talking about reducing the numbers down to 12 weight classes.
What is the point? You know what it is? I heard they got rid of like 103s because Middle America doesn't have 103 pounders. Well, we don't all, drink cups of ranch and deep fry everything. Yeah, like we don't put Jello in everything. Like it's crazy. Like, no, I think it's garbage. Like, okay, you guys don't have it, then don't field it. That's fine. But
the whole thing is about dual meet forfeits. I would be fine if they went to like 12 just for duels. Let's say you go 12 weight classes just for duels. Like maybe for girls, a good idea would be for right now to go 8 for duels. There are some that are 10 for duels, but then you could actually have a duel because a lot of teams do not. I would say 80%, 90%. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say 90% of California high schools cannot field a full dual meet team.
Okay, then why don't you just 90%. Do this then? Why don't you just do this? Instead of mandating weight classes like that, just say forfeits don't count. Only count the matches.
Yeah, well, that would make too much sense. You can't do that.
Yeah, like to me, it just seems dumb to like, oh, let's just get rid of the weight class. No, how about for the dual meets? You're worried about dual. Let's face it, most states don't have dual meet state champs anyways. Where's the dual meet national championships for high school? They're not there. So why are they crying about that?
Yeah,
it seems ridiculous to me. I think
Pennsylvania's going to 12 weight classes no matter what. And like a state like Illinois, they still have, like when we were in high school, 103, 112, 119, 125.
I love it. I'm moving there.
They said, forget you guys, we're doing that. And a couple states have a 100-pound weight class for boys.
Uh-huh.
And I think a couple states, including Texas, have a lighter weight than our 101s. They have a 95, 96, something like that.
Oh, dude. I
Because
want. I want. Let's California. Let's just.
Angie Gomez was a state champ at that lightweight.
Yeah, I say we should go totally off the board and just go kilograms and just go like Olympic weights. Cut down to 7 and make our state tournament real tough.
and instead of, I don't know, boys or girls, instead of paring it down, make it more towards the center. Like, make it only 4 or 5 pounds difference. You know?
Yeah.
Instead of 6 or 7 or 8 pound difference in those weight classes. We don't need more.
And you don't need the ends. Classes. You don't need the ends.
Yeah, and I mean, the lighter ones are going to be underclassmen generally. Now, girls a little different. Usually girls seem to lose weight as they get older. They're either bigger or they're not when they come in. And it seems like the little ones stay little and might even go down a little bit. But, you know, it's a younger weight class that I think needs to stay. But I hope they outget.
So you're saying that wrestling weight classes are like the bread in a bag. You don't need the ends. You just need that middle part. Yep, only some people like the end. You want that middle part, huh? Yeah. No, I think, yeah. I like I said, if you're worried about forfeits, then only mandate that the matches that occur are the ones that count. But I see the kind of ickiness in that too, because we all know that dirtbag that will sit all of his girls except for his best ones.
Yeah,
and steal a duel.
Five best studs, and then they win the duel.
Yeah, so I could see that part of it too. Playing devil's advocate there. Speaking of people like that, have you been monitoring social media lately?
I never go on social media. It's full of a bunch of crap. Yeah, I'm always on there. What's up?
Did you see who might have been at that high school that's close to your house practicing?
Yeah, I saw a bunch of people in that picture.
There was one of interest that used to be that is a bear as far as I know, but was practicing in a panther den. What do you think about that? What are the chances? I'm just gonna say, what are the chances that you make a golden bear a panther?
I've been hearing rumblings for a while that it was gonna happen. I just didn't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Anytime I see that, I'm like, interesting.
Well, you gotta reload.
Yeah, why coach up when you can reload? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah,
I guess so. I guess that's a train of thought. Somebody sent me a picture. It was like when you use your tournament to recruit your next year's class, and it had said coach with a girl in a different color Letterman's jacket. We'll say purple. I don't know. We'll throw it out there. Purple Letterman's jacket, and then right next to it, they showed their senior year picture where they're in a red Letterman's jacket, and I was like, wow, that's pretty crazy.
I don't get that. I see that quite often, like with kids. Like Letterman's jackets are not cheap.
No, they're
but
not.
Parents are like buying their kids one Letterman's jacket and then a different one. Like that's $600-700 worth of Letterman's jackets.
I'm gonna bet that if you were to go into someone's booster club, you might see some receipts for Letterman's jackets of people who maybe made it. Come on, dude. That's okay. How much was your kid's Letterman's jacket? They're like $400 at least.
Yeah, 300 and something plus if you want the special stuff, and there's a bunch of add-ons.
Yeah, there's nobody. I mean, okay, not everybody's going Monica Garcia with the freaking blinged out letters, but no kids. It's like a standard Tesla. Okay, there's no standard Tesla. They don't make Letterman's jackets with just basic stitching. Okay, like it just doesn't happen. So no, hate to break that down to you, but yeah. So that was something interesting I saw this week. I was like, oh, coach is sending it to me. I want to talk about this because we talked about it enough, but I think it's funny the way you've presented it. I did say that.
What banner do you have in the background? I can't see it.
Oh yeah, this is the California Girls Wrestling Podcast banner.
Let me turn your camera on though. I still can't.
I'm trying to. Like, I don't know why my camera's freaking out today. I should probably stop throwing my laptop.
Hey, you should probably get an iPhone.
Is it on?
There it is.
Garbage.
Let me see that? Move your fat head out of the way. I can't see.
There, see?
California Girls Wrestling Podcast.
Yeah. Right. That's going to be our shirt. I already talked to the shirt guy finally because I couldn't get your girl to call me back. So I found a shirt guy. By the way, if anybody knows a shirt guy who wants to bid, bring it on. We just want to get him out there. But anyhow.
It's kind of tough to find
good shirt people. Good shirt people are like men's barbers. When you find one who's really good, they tend to just treat you like one of a million and they just kind of forget about you. They'll cancel on you last minute. So, not that you use a barber, but still.
I don't use a barber. I was
going to say.
I've been to one in the last 4 years. I might go again soon.
You need to. Do you get a shave?
I'll go to your barber.
Get a straight razor shave.
Does it look like I get a shave?
No, I'm saying you should, though. Get that bourbon towel on your face. Oh, my goodness. It's amazing. They'll drag a piece of steel across your face.
I did get a straight shave once. We went for my brother-in-law's bachelor party.
How was it?
We went to, it was good. Hot towel, Pabst Blue Ribbon at the barber shop at like 9 a.m. in the morning.
There we go. We should do like a coaches day like that. Just have coaches come in. We'll just, I don't know, brainstorm about the season. Have a barber come in and just freaking straight razor. Beer in the morning for you guys because I don't drink. I don't want to be built like you guys. Yeah, that's why you like the hard stuff. Okay, well, let's talk about this, Josh.
Yeah.
You saw Team USA change their logo?
Yeah.
And I caught some flack. I caught some text messages from people because I annually do a Pride singlet. And somebody pointed out that I'm being less inclusive by trying to be more inclusive. So, and let me preface this.
The text from me, or is this from somebody else?
No, somebody else too, like my other conservative friends. They're like, there you go again. That's how the text message started. There you go again. And that's not Josh. Josh usually just shoots the shit right off the top and just like, that's stupid. But so
I should have said that's gay. I really should have said that's gay.
I would have sent you a picture of my shirt tied up in the front. Be like, no, this is gay. But yeah, that was very stereotypical. But anyhow, so people assume that I automatically do that because of my daughter and stuff like that. And that's not necessarily the case. And I did preface it, and I text you too, that when I was posting that singlet, I had told people that I was talking to at the time, I said, you know what, I think I'm going to make it a point to do one for like every month, whatever the month is. If it's Black History Month, if it's, I don't know, maybe I'll do an Arbor Day one if it really suits somebody, you know. But here's the thing, and that's what I put on my post. It's not political. It's not a political thing. It's nothing like that. It's that I had somebody that I trained with for a minute, that was rumored and kind of, it was kind of, you know, known that they were gay, and they weren't really welcomed at the OTC, and they were high level Greco, really high level Greco. And it was kind of crazy that they could be so high level despite the fact that nobody would work out with them. And they kept them out of training situations because of it. And he ended up hanging himself, to be honest with you. He just hung himself. He hung himself in the tree, national park here in LA. And it bummed me out. It really bummed me out. And so I would never turn anybody away. But when it comes to that situation, I never want a kid or any person that feels like they don't have somewhere to train because of something that has nothing to do with wrestling, something that has nothing to do with the sport. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's mainly why I do it, because I don't want people to, you know, feel like they have that situation. If you love our sport, come scrap, come train, come learn. Now, if you're going to be what everybody fears, and I think, you know, when you hear about somebody who's gay, you know, oh, that guy's going to grab my ass or whatever. Now, if you're going to be dumb about it, the same way as like if I had a boy wrestling a girl and he was being dumb about it, like you got to go, like that you'd be out. You just come and practice the sport and that's it. So I don't know. I didn't take it too hard, but I don't know. Why did you think it was uninclusive?
No, I just think like even the Team USA, it's not even USA Wrestling. It's just Team USA Olympics, whatever it is. I follow it on. Yeah, all sports.
Yeah, all sports.
For the Olympics, U.S. Olympic Committee or whatever.
Because we're American.
I just think it's like unnecessary to like go out of your way to do it and advertise it, and it's not shoving it down people's throats, but it's just like to if you're gay and you're proud, like that's fine. You know, put it on your Facebook profile picture, do a picture or whatever. But I just think like it's too like I don't think that the straight people are shoving it down people's throats. You know, like I don't think the black people are, you know, going Black Pride. Like nobody's doing a brown pride singlet, black pride singlet, a white pride singlet, the skinhead one.
You clearly haven't been to a Lawa event in a while.
I have not. Oh, okay. I have seen
yeah, I was gonna say there's brown pride.
And those ones bug me too. I guess maybe because I'm white and I'm a minority. And
that's the thing. I could understand that.
I couldn't put white pride on my son's singlet, nor would I. But I'm saying if I was of that mindset, my kid would get beat up probably. Like,
go ahead, Josh. Go ahead and say it. I got plenty of friends who aren't white. Like,
no, I don't need to preface it. They know who they are.
You got that one, huh? Yeah, they know who they are.
I have more than one.
Hey. Me and Dez don't count as two, okay? We're just one family. You're just kind of blocked into. We count as one because it's just one family. People mistake us for each other. But
no, but I mean, do you catch my drift?
Yeah, like, no. I do, and I do, and first of all, I will be 100% honest with you, Josh Rybeck. For anybody who might take Josh's comments out of context, I will shoot you down immediately. Okay, Josh is a freaking good, freaking loving guy. So. I've been standing in the stall next to him a couple times. He's offered a hand a couple times. So,
that was in your mind.
Yeah, I was like, that's an extra wide stance there, Josh. But no. But I get it though. I could see the position when if you've never been limited because of who you are, then I get it. Like you don't understand it. You know, my daughter's fiance, she didn't get it. Some things that my daughter would kind of point out to her until she started dating my daughter and started seeing, because my daughter's fiance is white from Illinois, small town Illinois, and she didn't understand some of the things my daughter would point out until she saw it, and then it was like, oh wait, yeah, that's you. It's different, and it's like, yeah, it is different. So when you see someone like Michael Sam, though, you know, NFL draft, you know, is, you know, in any other, if he had just waited 2 years. If he just waited 2 years, the guy would have had a career in the NFL, would have signed his second contract, and then he would have been the first gay player to play. You know, there's not. I mean, you look at Pasulio from Ohio State. He waited till after he was done competing to come out of the closet. You know, because he knew, and that guy's a national champ, three or four-time All-American. You know, and Mike Pasillo, that's his name. You know, it's not, and I'm not, you know, I'm not saying anybody should be put ahead of anybody else. And I don't think that's what the Team USA is trying to do. I think they're just trying to put a better foot forward to let people know you're not limited the way you think you might be, you know. And I think in some sports, yeah, you can put it out there. You can put out there like, oh, this is my partner. Jenna Burkett does it, you know, her and her partner, you know, beautiful couple, you know, they post out there that they're there. But do you think that it would be as easily received on the men's side?
No,
No. And
not at
that's
all.
and I think that's why it not I think that's why it's important to emphasize it, even if it's just once a year or for a month or something. Just letting people know, like, hey, look, you still could do what you still could chase your dream. Now if they were gonna change it entirely, for all time, I'd be like, no, that's too. Come on now, come on, that's being crazy. There are other things, but we're USA, we're red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
But for this time of the year, I'm just like, yeah, you know what, I'm cool with it. It's fine. But that's why we do it. It's just like I said, just more to be inclusive as possible. And if you've ever been limited from wrestling because you're straight, please let me know, because I will. I mean, what are the national straight colors, Josh? I'll make a singlet with national straight colors on it.
Red, white, and blue.
Oh, there you go. But
or camouflage. I don't know.
Camouflage, like over camo, like something overly guy. I'll put a skull logo on it. I'll put a Milwaukee logo on the back. I'll do something, but I won't put a Ram on the back. That's for sure.
No, I just think like I don't think there's anybody, especially on the female side, it's definitely prevalent. Let's call it, especially in the college ranks.
You think prevalent, or you think just more visible?
I'd say
because prevalent would mean the majority of girls doing college wrestling are gay. It's a higher percentage of them coming out.
Yeah, maybe a little less than prevalent, but not much.
Come on, Josh. Just a best friend and the right number of drinks away. Is that what you're trying to say?
Try it once or twice.
Oh man, to know if that's your way. But yeah, I mean, I had a talk with a college coach about it, and she would say, like, it's so weird. Like, that girl wrestled for me, and she had a girlfriend, and then like the whole time she had multiple girlfriends the whole time she wrestled for me. Then she gets out of college and she's married with kids.
Yeah.
So that happens. But yeah, I just think it's, like I said, getting back to the original topic. Yeah, we try to be inclusive, and if anybody feels like we're being non-inclusive, or I just don't think that showing people or including more people somehow takes away from others. You know what I'm saying? I think that seems to be like the viewpoint of people who oppose these kinds of things.
Well, I think it's a little political, and I think it just should be kept out. Just like I think if you want to kneel for the national anthem, don't show up. Don't show up for that part. It's coming every time. Don't show up. As soon as the national anthem's done, then you can show up. I just think it's a political thing. I don't think anything political in sports has a place. I know it's like the whole Iran-Israel thing. They take losses to Israel because they don't want to be caught wrestling those filthy Jews, is what they say.
Yeah.
Nor do they want to take a loss if they really are better, which I don't think an Israeli guy has been better than an Iranian guy in, I don't know, 150
Be careful.
years.
Be careful. Don't be anti-Semitic.
I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm just stating a fact.
Just show me a ranking that showed Israel higher than Iran, and then that'll pull my foot in my mouth. But no, I mean, the difficult part about it, and this goes back well beyond Jesse Owens, is that, and I hear you. I personally, I guess we're going off in another topic, but we have time for that. I personally wouldn't kneel for the flag, but I do know that that's why those men go to war and do what they do, is for people's rights. I would never do it. It's not who I am, because my grandfather fought in World War II, and I got uncles that fought in Vietnam and things like that. But yeah, I wouldn't do it, but I would never take away somebody else's right. If it makes you uncomfortable, then you got to admit that, you got to realize that there's a reason that people are doing this. And maybe a conversation needs to happen. I think we could all do something more to get together instead of being drawn apart. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and I guess the biggest thing I'm worried about in the whole thing
Mm-hmm.
is is the acceptance and the equality, which is fine, but then the equality gets moved, the line keeps getting moved to, well, I feel like a woman, but I'm a man and now I'm competing against women. It's already going that way in,
Mm.
you know,
Okay.
The Senate has already passed bills saying, oh, it's okay for these people. Now the Olympic Committee is thankfully stepping in and kind of saying these are our rules. You can't. But you see that college one where the dude
His
that
track and
thought she,
field.
yeah, the dude that
Jacked.
thought she was a woman for that month smoked everybody. That's not fair. Some poor girl's been training her whole life to be an NCAA champ, and then some guy thinks she's a girl for the day or the month or whatever, or even for a lifetime. It doesn't matter. You're
Yeah.
born with different parts. I think we can all agree that men are physically stronger, faster
Hey,
than women.
you just got to look at the data sheets, okay? Look at
Yeah,
the
I mean,
results, and this guy was like a mediocre male athlete on
yeah.
the Division I scene, and just world
Yeah, you
class.
go all the way back to the tennis, Billie Jean King, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
beating up on women because she was or he was a she or she was a he. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
it's like it's just there's no point, there's no spot in any competitive
well, I
sport
think, well, I've had this
for it. And
conversation.
I'm not
No,
saying
no,
that like because you have a gay pride thing that it's gonna go to that. I'm just saying it's a slippery slope and it's going that way because they want equality, which is equality is great, but you can't take the equality. It keeps moving. The line keeps moving. You know.
yeah, no, um, I had this conversation with my daughter about how she feels about that, her being, because people will lump them all together, gays and transgenders, and these things will all get lumped into one.
Well, but
And so I asked her,
finish. But I'll tell you what I think.
yeah, no, and I asked her, like, what do you think about that? She's like, it's wrong. It's wrong. Like, you have 20 years of testosterone that your body's been able to take advantage of. You are bigger, stronger, faster than a female who hasn't, and this all started with the discussion of Mac in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, should Mac be able to, basically do steroids and compete against girls? But she
Yeah.
was like, no, like, no, there needs to be a separate division. If you feel like you are transgender and you feel like, then you need to compete in your own division, because physiologically there is a difference in how you are
Definitely.
structurally built. Not to say that you're not, I mean, you have parts. Yes, physiologically you are that. Mentally, you feel like you're something else. We get that. But physiologically, you are structured as that gender. That's the gender you need to compete against.
Yeah. Well, and
So,
here's the other thing. Like, I guess if that's the way you feel, then it's okay that you don't compete. But you can't feel that way just to compete and gain a competitive edge. I'm not saying
yeah.
a lot of them do, but I'm looking at some of the weightlifting things and one I've seen, and like I think it's somebody just wants to win a title,
Yeah.
you know, and they're like, oh, hey, I could do this. Like I've heard, a lot, like mediocre boys say before, oh, I should just enter the girls division and I could be a state champ. Yeah, you probably could. Like a decent varsity boy probably could beat a lot of girls. It's just because you're stronger and you have, I don't know, 6 years worth of steroids in your body naturally.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. And like I said, I'm inclusive. We just had a discussion 2 minutes ago. I'm inclusive as they come. Like, I mean, you guys always make fun of me because you guys call me a liberal and everything, even though you know my other side. But um still, like, it's not fair. It's not, I mean, I saw a video on that too recently, about the girl who takes 8th place in track. Like, Okay, there's 2 boys that entered the track event. This girl like could have advanced to her state finals, but because 2 boys in her section decided that they identified as females, this young lady who's trained her life now cannot advance to the state finals because of this.
And
Like
our athletic director said, our female athletic director, because I was in her office, I don't know, a month ago, talking about something, and I pointed to a picture on the wall, and it was a lacrosse.
Yeah.
And I said, guys, don't take this wrong. Is that a boy or a girl? And she said, well, he likes to be called whatever the name was.
Oh,
and I was like,
that's
I was like, are you serious? And she's like, yeah, CIS said it's what they identify at. So we're like at a point real quickly, some dude is going to decide that he's going to be not a dude just for competitive reasons.
Let me just put it out there, dude. Let me just put it out there, okay? What if Aaron Pico identified, not that Aaron would, and I don't want him coming to kick my ass, but could you imagine somebody that caliber who does those things to grown men is like, nah, I've been living a lie. I need to wrestle Michaela. It's like, could you imagine those hands?
No, they wouldn't even be fair.
I'm like, they're just nail polish. That's it. Just hammers with nail polish on them. Like, oh my goodness, that would not be fair. Like, oh my gosh, nah, that would not be good. So, yeah, that's why I have the stance I take with it. I'll support you. I'll show you all the love in the world, but there is a line, in my opinion.
What happened? Let me ask you this: you're coaching high school, and I guess it's reversed now, like than it was when we were in school. Like, basically, if a girl entered the boys, some boys would forfeit. What if there's a boy, a biological boy, that now identifies as a female, that goes and steps out on the mat? What do? Do you have your kid wrestle him, or do you
freestyle or Greco?
I'm saying high school.
High school? Yeah. Oh, dude, we're wrestling. We're wrestling. There's rules. You can't slam. You can't slam. If you get hurt, if an arm bar hurts, roll. Like, it is what it is.
So you're gonna put your girl out there to wrestle a boy that's
the same size,
stronger, same size, but has a huge advantage. Let's call it.
Look at my daughter. I didn't know there was
Aaron Pico is wrestling your daughter.
Good God!
You're gonna tell
the line? Good God! I wouldn't go. I would never make my kid do something I wouldn't do it. I'm not going to wrestle Aaron Pico. I'm telling you right now. I don't care what stage of my career I'm in. I'm not wrestling Aaron Pico. That's for sure. I'll put a sundress on just to make sure that I'm not having to fight that way. Like, not a problem. Like, where's my Kotex? I'm not going out there. No. I mean, I guess, yeah, in a situation like that, it's like a case-by-case basis, right? Because there you have Gracie wrestling Mac and just put it on
and beat it. Yeah.
Him. Sorry.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, that's a case-by-case basis, right? But, yeah, I mean, because, yeah, it gets a little chippy with the hand fighting.
Just the strength. I mean,
yeah, I mean, there's really not much.
Especially as you get higher and,
in
weights,
level.
You get Katya, who's a 2-time state champ, or a state champ one time so far, only a sophomore, going against JV boys, and she's getting beat at that high weight class. It's just genetically, there's a difference. I don't think anybody's beating around the bush, but
yeah.
Okay, let's change the subject now that we've gone extensive on this. Okay, so regional training center. We haven't even talked about this, but I'm gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, RTC. So there's a criteria that you have to meet as a wrestler, both high school and national and all that. So I'll read the criteria real quick. won at least one match at the Olympic trials, placed top 8 at USAW Senior Open National Champion, top 8 at University National Champs, top 8 at UWW Junior National Champs, 8, it says that twice, Junior Nationals. So maybe one's UWW,
One's Fargo.
USA.
Yeah.
One's Fargo, one's
team
trials. Cadets also at top 8.
Yep.
Top 4 in high school state championships, top 4 at the Prep National Championships, top 4 at the USA Wrestling State Junior Freestyle or Greco National Champs, top 4 at the USA Cadet Freestyle, top 4 at USA Senior Regional, top 4 at New York Athletic Club International Tournament, top 4 at Dave Schultz, or any veteran who represented the U.S. within the last 2 years at Veterans Worlds, or is scheduled to compete in the next one. Any of those in the last 5 calendar years.
Yeah.
So, my daughter's qualified. You have a bunch that have qualified.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of any girls or women's RTC practices? And I know there's Poway's developing.
Here's what.
Hold on.
Here's what.
I know Fresno Valley RTC has ARTC, but I've yet to see anything. I've seen boys RTC stuff, high school age, and I know a lot of boys from the Valley go there. Yep. So what's the deal?
Okay, so I put ours in. I'm not gonna lie, I put ours in to be reviewed, because we have enough. But
you need a minimum of 4 established national contenders who recognize their club as a primary training site. That's also at the beginning of that.
Yes, and we have that.
Okay.
So, but that's the thing, though. You cannot. It has to be freestyle. You cannot. What was it? Oh, and nobody. It can only be those who meet the criteria can practice at that during those times. You have to have established practice times and an established schedule that has to be approved through USA Wrestling. So we put ours in because our girls train with us. So, and they have to live within like a certain radius.
Yeah, 250 nautical miles, which where I live, Fresno is that, and Poway is that. But
Poway is that.
I mean, it's like, am I going to drive 250 miles to go get a practice? Maybe once in a great while, but I don't even hear about it, so I don't know.
Yeah, so that's why we did it, to be honest, because we have the girls in San Diego, we have obviously Michaela, we have all of our girls are within 250 miles. So, and they would all recognize our club as their primary club, but it's a real like wishy-washy kind of thing with that. So we're trying to work through it, but
have you gotten any back feed from it? No, I'm just saying because I don't hear about. I know Wisconsin has a couple. Hawkeye Wrestling Club has 5 women that are full-time training there. Yeah. They're the number 1 right now with 5. But they got 5 nationally ranked girls that have been on
they picked
teams
them.
and all
they
that.
picked them. They're the first club to want.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was listening to a thing about with Kayla Miracle the other day and how they pretty much Tom Brands asked them to be part of it, and he wanted to really put a lot of effort into it, which is awesome. I mean, and
he actually runs practice for them, and
Tom
Harry and him, they all run practice for them, and they're vested.
Mark Perry, also. I mean, can't get much better than that.
Yeah, I mean, so
I'm assuming Wyoming Seminary is a RTC. Well, they're not even RTC. They're like a different. They're like, I guess they are RTC technically.
Yeah, well, they're getting funding from USA Wrestling, so they should be. Yeah. So,
I mean, based on the growth, and I know the women's senior stuff hasn't reached.
Well, I'll ask you this:
close to what the men's is, but
can you name 4 clubs off the top of your head that you think would meet the criteria?
4 clubs?
Yeah.
In California or in the U.S.?
California.
For women or for men or both?
For women.
I guess Swamp Monsters might, but yeah, they might. The Titan Mercury could if they had a couple of those people actually show up at their practices and not just represent Titan Mercury.
I'm not sure that's 250 miles.
Yeah, that's true. That might be.
I mean, I'm thinking of their biggest star is not 250 miles. I'll tell you that.
No, no, it's definitely further north. College Park is up there a bit.
Yeah. So that would take that one out. Then who else would they have? Rodriguez?
Well, yeah, but is she? I mean, she's kind of Titan Mercury and she's kind of Red Wave, so I don't know.
Okay.
So Buchanan. I was thinking Buchanan Red Wave in my head, but because I don't know if maybe like a couple of the other there's a Clovis girl and a Clovis North girl, I think, a heavier weight one that you might have meet that criteria.
That's 3 girls. Got to have 4, right?
Yeah. Well, so it doesn't say girls. It doesn't say girls. It says athletes. So
athletes.
For them,
they we're talking about the girls though. But we're talking about the girls though.
No, I know we're talking about girls like practice, but then you're going to get into, are we going to have female RTCs and then male RTCs? I just think
I don't see why not. That was the other thing too. Like, I think we might be the only club that clearly meets it, but because we had 4 All-Americans at UWW,
right?
Not including the Utah or anything like that wore singlets and stuff. But those 4 actually work out with us daily. So honestly, I don't think there's another club that meets the criteria just for the girls.
No.
So I just kind of, let's talk about this. Okay. And this is why, like, you and I were having a conversation, why someone like my daughter is not on the Fargo team coaching staff. You know, and why that discussion hasn't happened. She's coached the team that's won the junior state title twice in a row, and by a pretty good margin. And you've seen the practices, you've seen the girls that come in and where they come from, so you know that she's actually running it. If you can pick, let's just say two members to be put on the coaching staff for the girls Fargo team, which we still don't know who it's going to be. Nope. Who are you putting on there?
Are they females or males, or doesn't matter?
Females. Because I think, honestly, we need to have females on that staff, because hopefully at some point they take over. But females right now.
I guess Des would be one in the top of my head. Now I'm trying to rack my brain for a second one that's a female.
Because my understanding, I think you were saying the boys. I think
the
boys have jobs.
Not going then.
Yeah,
I would like to see Stephanie Cataline. Well, only for the fact, not only, I mean, she's a good coach, but for the mere fact that she has some age and wisdom, and like she's been through the whole girls circuit. She's coached girls since they were wrestling in boys also.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and she, would be somebody that has a little bit of like, I don't know how to say that, like politely. She's firm but fair, but she'll tell you exactly how she feels, and if you don't like it, too bad.
Yeah.
Like she's not going to sugarcoat, candy coat it, which I think that's part of the issue is whatever leadership doesn't want to have anybody ruffle feathers. They want you to come in and, parade around and sing Kumbaya. And not that either Des or her would ruffle feathers, but, there's probably personality conflicts that would probably, they could get worked out. But somebody's going to show favoritism to one side, somebody's going to say something, and somebody's going to show favoritism to the north and the south and the east and the west. And And I don't know very many. I don't know very many Northern California female coaches off the top of my head, their names. I know
Well,
there are a
there
few.
used to be
I think
a few. Julie Gonzalez used to be up there. She's got a little baby now and stuff like that. So I know she's really busy. She teaches at her school too. Um, you got some other girls that are up there right now, but I think honestly, Des would be one. Des Ramos would be one, and Marina Sanchez would be somebody that has a resume. Um, she beat Emily Webster for a national championship. She wrestled for King. She's really good friends with Haley Aguelo. They're best friends actually.
does she
Um,
live in California? She's here now.
yeah, she coaches at Hillcrest.
Okay.
So she's a stud. She was a stud wrestler, and she's great. Like you, you hear her coach, and she just like doesn't hold back with her girls. Hey, okay, move, don't do
I've
this. Oh,
heard that.
you did it, and then she's like, oh, there you go, fight off your back
I
now. Like she just like
I've seen her do that.
just shoots from the hip. I love it. So just I think it's important that these girls are there because they've been through it. They know. Um, I know there's a certain psyche that kind of goes into that, but yeah, those two off the top of my head would be there.
I mean, I would love
um
to see the Doys there. I mean, don't give me that. Don't
you
get
know
that wrong.
everybody
But
has good things to say about Regina
but
and Marina
they
Doi.
gotta make money too. You know, it's kind of how many people can afford to take 14 days off or whatever. 10, let's call it 10
Yeah,
in July. Unless you're a teacher. If you're a
yeah,
teacher, that's great. It's
it
perfect
makes it
time.
easier. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
talking to Titus's wife, and yeah, we were talking about stuff, and we kind of mentioned that. Well, I brought it up. I said, it's really unfortunate because women have things that men to be concerned about that men don't have to be concerned about. You know, women have to worry about having babies and starting a family and those kinds of things that men kind of take for granted. They could just train and do their thing, and there's not really a time limit on those kinds of things. Whereas women, like those are legitimate concerns.
Yeah. And even if men are having babies, it takes like 3 minutes, not 9 months.
Yeah, and then the recovery
Yeah.
all the way after that, right? It's like my goodness. So yeah, it's different, for them. So, but I understand, and it's got to be tough for Marina and Regina too because you obviously love coaching. They're still coaching. They're coaching at Selma,
Mhm.
and they're doing the best they can to give back, and they're good kids and they're good role models for the kids. Because I've
Definitely.
never heard anybody say anything negative about the Doys.
No, me
So
neither.
I mean, they got good parents and they're good kids. So I think they're good people to have around the girls. There's been some
Mhm.
girls that I've been like, maybe not the best people to have on the Fargo team, but Marina and Regina are not those girls. They're solid kids. So I think that would be probably, yeah, the lineup I'd like to see. Oh, Jeanette Caldera, that's another one. You remember her?
Yeah, but
The
she's
girl
in
from
Jamestown.
that's what I'm saying. But she's off
How's
for
she
the
gonna?
summer. She's off for summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just checked her Instagram. Like she's home for the summer. I don't know, are you friends with her on Instagram?
Yeah. She said she's
She's home
coming
for
to
the
your
summer.
event.
Yeah, yeah, she is. So I was like, don't tease, girl. She's
Can
cool.
you
Like she's good.
can you tell her like maybe she can do like a little clinic or something beforehand or something?
She'll do, dude. I'm positive she'll do a clinic. She'll do one-on-one session for you if you want.
I mean, she was
So
like what, third this year?
yeah, she's
Dang.
solid. She's
Yeah.
solid. She'd be fun. She's great with the kids too. Another one that doesn't have time to mince words and doesn't. So I love her for it because she's just colorful. She's always a sweetheart. Um, but yeah, I mean those girls are still either competing or are are done, competing.
Yeah, and she's got to be close to being done, right?
No, she just barely used her freshman year.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so because she was literally out of school,
So she's
being
got
mom.
four. She's got
Yeah,
three
three
more
more years.
harsh winters in North Dakota. Holy crap!
We got to send her the podcast jacket.
Yeah, she needs the parka. She needs the Patagonia California Girls Wrestling podcast
Podcast
parka,
parka.
and one for her little one too, a little extra
Yeah,
small.
we got to do like a onesie, one of those onesie Patagonia ones that she's just like Ralphie's brother,
Yeah.
Christmas story. But yeah, so she'd be one too that I'd want to see possibly see on the coaching staff. In case anybody from USA Wrestling's listening, these are our lists of girls we'd like to see.
I'm sure they tune in every Sunday night.
Let's see. Yeah, that's Giannis is another one too from Ridgeview. She coaches with Eddie. Giannis was a stud back in the day. I would take her.
Also, I feel bad because I've met her like 17 times and I can't remember her name. The girl from Garces, her little sister.
Oh,
Right? Is it Garces?
No.
No,
yeah, you're talking. No, you're
not Garces. It's
not Garces. Yeah, no. It's in that area. That's her sister, though. It's her sister.
Yeah, it's like she's real tiny, like 4'8".
Yeah, that's Giannis. That's Giannis. Angelica Giannis is Ridgeview. She coaches at Ridgeview with Eddie.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're thinking of her sister. You're thinking of her sister.
But her sister is out further, like in the country, sticks somewhere.
Yeah, she was Golden Valley, then she was not Golden Valley, and then she was, I don't know, or she's got a liking for utensils or something like that. But it's a hobby or something. But yeah, so those are my lineups for who I would like to see on the girls' coaching staff. Females, males, and
I made the request this weekend to a friend of mine that was up at freestyle or Greco State Kids Freestyle, and I made the request, who was next to Rob for a good portion of the tournament. So we'll see. I said, hey, what's the secret? Like, California USA Wrestling has probably one of the best Instagrams, like, of any state for sure, right? Uh-huh. Always posting technique and, hey, here's a blurb of, here's our national team, here's our kids going to cadet, juniors, blah, blah, blah. We're going here, we're doing that, whatever. Like, why don't you just do a little brief thing about, here's our national team coaches. Like, let people know. Like, I don't know who the boys coaches are. I send multiple kids every year. I know who a couple of the guys are, but I wouldn't know who the whole staff is.
Yeah.
And I definitely know, Mike and Melinda for the female staff, or I guess they're female staff, even though Mike isn't a female, but it's the female staff.
Well, Mike is the developmental coach, right?
Yeah, so he's going. He's technically in charge of cadets and the younger, even younger than that, which is fine. Like I've said a million times, I know they need female chaperones for the girls at Fargo, but I don't care who's coach, if they're a male or female, as long as there's somebody in their corner and they know how to coach. Yeah, I'm fine. I am 100% fine. And I wholeheartedly believe there's enough high level, or I'm gonna call them medium level coaches.
Yeah.
That would be more than willing to go to Fargo, help out, run a practice, help, take some of the stress off the leadership.
Well, again, I think Rob does a good job of like delegating positions to people and just like hands off. Okay, look, you run it, do your job, and he's kind of the least intrusive he needs to be. And I think that's lucky for whoever has that position. It's a good and a bad. It's a good and a bad because it does put more pressure on them. But I don't think it's necessarily like him or up to him how those things are going about. Because yeah, I mean, you have coaches that would definitely step in, help out. You'd be there. You'd help out. I would.
I have on multiple,
yeah,
national trips and whatnot.
Yeah. So
if any kid from any state says, "Hey, I don't have a coach. I need you to coach me," I say, "What's your name? Let's go." Now they just need a voice in the corner. Somebody to fight, especially in something like freestyle where it could make a huge difference. Just a pointer, a position, a challenge, anything.
Yeah. I think even more so, a good corner coach is important more in freestyle than folk style.
Definitely.
Because it really could change the dynamics of a match. It really could, just a fine point. I mean, you saw Richie Figueroa this weekend, right? Kept getting the right side sweep single, kept getting in that wizard position, and Ruben said it, like, we need to get out of that position, take more advantage of our ankle picks, more throw bys. And what does he do? Ankle pick, boom, ankle pick, boom. It just took his world team spot back. He was one match away from losing it, and just he outscored the kids 16-0 in the next 2 matches. So it's important. Now, let me ask you this. So I was talking to somebody whose girls wrestle for an opposing club of our club, and they're like, the coach only coaches the better girl, even if they're wrestling girls from their club. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah. He goes, how do you handle it? I go, if 2 of my girls are wrestling, I'm hands off, hands down. Like, I'm hands off. The only time I've ever said something to my girls is Berrigan had Jernigan up in the air and didn't plant her into the center of the earth. And I told her, like, what are you doing? Like, get your 4. Like, don't hold back. I don't care. Like, if you're teammates, it's a match. And then she had her up in the air at the end of the second period, and I screamed at her, but it was more, you're robbing me.
Yeah.
How dare you? How dare you?
I don't know. I'll sit in a chair in a corner, not necessarily that it's for one person or the other, and I won't coach them during the break. I'm more just sitting there making sure that the ref gets it right.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be, but there is, I know probably who you're talking about or what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because there's that complaint, when I'm sure some parents have complained with you. You got 16, 18 girls wrestling at a freestyle state, and 4 of them or 5 of them are up at one time, and there's just you and Des. Who are you gonna go? Well, the first one that's up.
Yep.
Because I've seen people go, okay, yeah, I'll be right there, but they're waiting with the good kid.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. And that's why I try to make sure I give properly. You always step up. You're always like, hey, if you need me, I'm right here. Byers is amazing. I will be honest though, there's certain coaches that get certain girls because that's who worked with them. Because we work with our girls, we have that. I'll be honest. Tim Byers, Athena Wilden right now is a UWW All-American because Tim Byers spent time with her and gave her what she needed for that tournament because she was putting herself in certain positions. And Tim asked for it, and Tim got it. And he did a great job with her, and we're making her more dynamic now than before. But I'll say that right now, like, it's because the coaches step up. But they were saying this particular coach will only hold back and only coach the top girl. And I was like, nah, we don't do that. We don't do that. When our girls wrestle, they just wrestle, and that's it, regardless. Yeah. And it's costed us. I know some coaches who wrestle, or some kids who wrestled for us, are probably still upset with us because they wrestled a girl that's on the club. Even during the high school season. Look, we don't tell our girls to hold back when they're directly wrestling each other. If it's the high school season, we still just say, hey, just go wrestle. And that's just it. I don't know if that's the wrong thing, but that's how we do it.
Yeah, I mean, look at Vegas. We had three girls all from the same club wrestling each other.
Yeah, and it's all like second, third, and fourth. And,
second, third, and fourth.
Yeah, like third, fourth, and fifth. It's like, God dang it! Like,
it's like, dude, can we get it opposite side of the bracket? Like, not mean the semis and then meeting wrestlebacks.
Yeah. So yeah, that was an interesting conversation to have. But it's like, well, we do it a little different, so it'll be interesting to say the least. But
so you heard any more transfer rumors, or they all already happened?
No, I mean, well, you saw the Dowser at Corona, right?
Uh-huh.
Which I don't know. I don't know Cecil and them to know how they feel about that. I talked to Bowers occasionally. He said they seemed cool with it because, according to Bowers, he made sure that they told the coaches. Don't know. Don't talk to either one of them, but that was conveyed to me from Bowers. I don't think it's any secret. I think it'd be the stand-up thing to do if you're gonna get a transfer in for whatever reason, to let the coach know.
Yeah.
That's just what
You
he
don't
told
just you don't just not show up and show up at the other school.
Yeah. I don't know though. I haven't had any transfers like that, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. So that was interesting. Other than that, no, nobody.
Well,
Nobody else.
it's transfer season is still early.
Yeah, we got some incoming freshmen. I'm pretty sure are going to be mysteriously popping up. You know, especially when some of these coaches who don't really run workouts, but mysteriously are on coaching staffs, and uh, they seem to divert girls. If you live on this side of the 405, you go here. If you live on this side of the 405, you go there. You know. So yeah, that's always interesting. I don't know. I just never done it that way. Otherwise, I'd be like, Josh, Michaela just needs to drive a little bit further down the 91, bro. Just a little bit
Yeah.
further. But other than that, nah, nothing new. Everything's good. We got yeah, it's kind of a down period right now. We don't have anything till the Belladonnas, and yeah, we're just getting ready for Fargo. So
Yeah.
got the car
Speaking
Montgomery
of
County.
Fargo, have you heard anything on any of
Zero.
your petitions or anything else?
Nobody heard anything on the petition side. Nobody. So I don't know. And some of them too are like the next in line,
Mm-hmm.
and haven't heard anything. So I don't know. Maybe those are already filled.
I don't know. I don't think they are. But because I don't think, based on the number of tickets they bought, I don't think they have that many girls that are going. But we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll check with them this week and see. But overall, nothing new on that front. It's all the same. Just waiting. But it's getting late. I'm just gonna say that it is getting late.
Yeah, I think
They
the
want to try to take less.
second payment is due pretty quick.
Yeah. So I don't know. Something must be happening. But alrighty. Well, we'll let everybody go. That's all we got for today. We're gonna I think the next episode we're gonna have an interview or
All
two.
right.
So you guys listen in for that. And then aside from that, we're good to go. Alrighty.
Peace.
See you guys later.